Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and back to a brand new reaction video. So today we're going to be reacting to a video that came across my timeline. Somebody sent it to me, so I haven't watched it yet, but I did see the, I guess, default thumbnail of this video online, and I am familiar with who this person is. So this is a trans identifying man who is very big on TikTok. This person loves to go to restaurants and tell people what their pronouns are, and the moment their pronouns are not respected, they throw a temper tantrum and film it and then post it on TikTok.
And oh, just so you know, are you my server?
Yes.
My pronouns are she, her.
A trans influencer called the manager after she was misgendered by a server.
I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir.
Oh, okay.
It just really sucks every time it happens. Did you call me sir? Hey, I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
So they decided to post this video addressing children, of course, for Pride. So we're gonna watch this video together. Looks like a train wreck just from the intro. We're gonna watch it together, react to it together, and of course, I will give my analysis of what I think of the video. But just from this thumbnail, I mean, you see this man on screen with a trans flag on their overalls. The background is clearly a background that you would see on Blue's Clues or some type of children's network. So this definitely is aimed at children. And yeah, don't have high hopes. Let's watch.
Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about something super important. What it means to be transgender. It's a big word, but I promise that it's easy to understand. Ready to learn? The first thing I want you to do is close your eyes. Now think, do you feel like a boy, a girl, or a little bit of both? Do you have your answer? Great. Now I want you to imagine that everyone keeps telling you that you're something else, even though in your heart, you know who you are. Wouldn't that make you sad inside? People who feel like this are transgender. And if you're not transgender, it's super easy to be friends with someone who is. Let's take our imaginary friend Theo, for example. One day you notice that Theo starts wearing girl clothes instead of boy clothes, and then they tell you that they want to be called Luna instead of Theo. This is so exciting for our friend Luna because they finally get to be their true self. And if you accidentally call Luna by their old name, make sure to say a big sorry and that you'll do better next time. As you can see, transgender people are just like you and me. They're our friends.
If that is not grooming, I do not know what is. Now, again, the audience that this person is trying to engage with, just from the music, the attire, the green screen background, it's very clear that they are trying to appeal to a very young audience. I'm gonna say preschool, kindergarten, first grade, at most. So we're talking about 4, 5, and 6-year-olds. 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, and you have a grown-ass man on video trying to educate 4, 5, and 6-year-olds on transgenderism and asking them, what do you feel like? Are you a boy or are you a girl? Now close your eyes and tell me what you feel like. Like children. We're talking about children here, okay? We're not talking about 15, 16, 17. We're talking about children who don't even understand the concept of gender, of sex, of gender identity. They don't understand it. And again, 0.1% of the population identifies as being transgendered. So we're talking about such a small, tiny group of people, but yet this type of movement is being implemented everywhere within the school system. And although this is meant to, I guess, be a parody, it really isn't a parody because we've seen this time and time again. I did a full video on a preschool where teachers are literally talking to their 4-year-olds and explaining to them what non-binary means.
Huckleberries. Today, I wanted to introduce you to a new friend in our class. Well, this, Huckleberries, is my friend Nash. It's their first day in our class. They're just looking around at all of you, and they're so curious to know who you all are. Today was fun. And the friend likes to ask the question, are you a boy or a girl? And Nash answers, I'm just a kid.
But kids can be boys or...
They can be boys or girls. Yeah.
Or maybe non-binary.
Yeah, just like me. So Nash just like me, is non-binary.
4-year-olds. 4-year-olds. Now again, I'm not against educating people in general on different types of people, but when we're talking about such a small group of people within our population, the chances of a child in that preschool class meeting a transgender person or being trans themselves is very, very, very small. Yet the agenda is so large. Why is that? You can't sit here and tell me that that's normal behavior. You can't sit here and tell me that an adult trying to captivate children on a condition that they have and not the kids is not grooming, is not problematic, is not an issue. This is why I always tell parents, if they can afford it, please homeschool your children. Because the last thing you want is a teacher like this indoctrinating your children and trying to implement their psychosis and their mental illness onto your children. It's not fair, it's not okay, it's an abuse of power, and it is manipulation 101. If a child at 4 years old happens to tell their teacher, I feel like a boy, but I'm a girl, I don't feel like my gender, and they start speaking in that language, the best thing to do is to get in contact with the child's parents and to let the child's parents know, hey, little Billy here says that he wants to be little Susie. Just FYI. But the funny thing is that nowadays, teachers aren't even required to do that in some states, like California. In California, you literally can socially, as a teacher, transition a student without telling the parent. So that means that if Billy wants to be Susie in class, the teacher will address him as Susie, use female pronouns, encourage and push that agenda on that child without the parent even knowing. Again, 0.1% of the population. If you don't see this for what it is, then there's a problem with you. This is grooming 101. It's grooming. And the reason why that man in the video is so enthralled with trying to get this message out there is because he himself is struggling with being transgendered. He is struggling with his own identity. And the way to affirm his identity is to try and indoctrinate children to adapt to his identity and to try and infiltrate their minds into believing that they too may be just like him. So I'm not so abnormal after all if my kids are also transgendered. Like, there's something that is so manipulative and so just disgusting about that to me. Like, why would you even want to normalize something that is a disorder, that is not normal? Nobody, you should wish transgenderism on nobody, because the idea of having to live your life feeling like the opposite gender is no fun. Transitioning is no fun. It's a grueling process. And what's happening is in our society today, there seems to be this glamorization of transitioning and this idea that, ooh, maybe you have that too. Like, it's a fun thing. Again, 0.1% of the population. Again, an abnormality, a defect in the mind. Yet we're teaching it as if the person next to you may be trans too. When we all know how disingenuous that argument is, because again, the statistics do not support that the person next to you probably is trans. The statistics support the person next to you, in front of you, and behind you probably isn't trans. But what's happening is we have this influx of online influencers and mainstream media pushing this narrative, trying to normalize a disorder, so much so that now they're trying to teach your children that they too can have this disorder. And if they do, no problem. Again, what right is it of a teacher, of any adult, to try and infiltrate a child's mind at such an early age when they cannot comprehend any of what you're saying? They can't. Again, if you can homeschool, please do. Because I would hate for your child to have a teacher like that. And although this seems like such a crazy parody, it really isn't. This is real life. It's happening right now, all around us. All around us. Just turn on the news. Scroll through Instagram. Facebook, X, TikTok, it's everywhere. Again, we have got to stop normalizing a disorder in order to make people who struggle with the disorder feel affirmed. That's doing justice for no one. Not for you, not for that child, and certainly not for the transgender adult who's trying to groom children. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video. If your child was in preschool or kindergarten and this was their teacher and you found out that this teacher was teaching this to your child, what would you do? How fast would you pull your children out of that classroom or of that school? If you enjoy my content, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit my notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video. If you guys want to see full social reaction videos, click on the link over here where you can see my full playlist of over 100 videos of yours truly. Until next time, peace.